Welcome back to Workers and Resources Soviet Republic, Episode 4. My name is Flaming Cacti, and today we will be doing the Food Industry Mission. In the previous episode, we did the Farming Basics mission, where we had to place down 10 farm fields, place down a farm. I chose the large farm, fill it up with the appropriate mechanisms, and sow the fields. I also chose to, optionally, put a very large grain silo right next to it, so that way all of our harvest will for sure be able to be stored somewhere. Now, in this episode, we're going to go do the Food Industry Mission, where we can make use of the crops that we're growing. Alright, so set up an industry to produce food and alcohol from crops. Let's begin. The flavor text says, "Greetings, comrade. I am Stanislav Sergeyev, the driving force behind the industrialization of food processing and alcohol manufacturing in our great Soviet Republic. With unwavering dedication and a vision for progress, I stand ready to guide you through the crucial mission to set up our production of food and alcohol to ensure a steady supply of sustenance and spirits for our citizens. Together, we shall fortify our nation's prosperity and witness the fruits of our labor fueling the strength of the Soviet Republic." Alright. The food factory stands as the pivotal site in the Soviet Republic, where harvested crops are efficiently processed, transforming raw produce into essential food resources to our citizens. Alright, so we have to build a food factory. So, let's go put down a food factory. And it'll be important that it has access to the crops from the silo. So let's see, maybe we can put it... Let's see, maybe, maybe there-ish. So it would be nice. Oh, that works. Now I'm blocking the fertilizer input, but do I really need to worry about getting fertilizer in there? I don't think I'm going to worry about it this playthrough. So let's put down the food factory there. Great. Is that where I want it? That is... Still walk there from there? They can. It's kind of a... What's the distillery gonna look like? The distillery is gonna make more sense to go there, I think. So let's put the food factory in here. Yeah, something like that. And we'll also put in a footpath. I don't know if they'll actually improve distance, but it'll be there in case the citizens want to walk. I didn't think that was long enough. Alright. Ooh, could do like a... Oh, that's kind of interesting. Maybe we'll do that just for not fun, but might assist a little bit with the distances. Yeah, we'll do that. We'll let that build in. Just so that way they have a walking path as well. I don't know if that's going to be any shorter or longer, if they'll prefer to take that path or not, but the option will be there. Yeah, that did improve access, actually. So, good. Food factory. You are 65% built. almost there. Alright, food factory is completed. Distillery is a vital facility in the Soviet Republic that efficiently converts surplus crops into valuable alcohol. These precise fermentation and though precise fermentation and distillation processes, it plays a crucial role in bolstering our economy. Build a distillery. Alright. Now, I'm having another thought at the moment. I could put the distillery there. But I'm maybe thinking that might not be the best idea. Maybe there? Because I want to make sure that there's going to be room for a clothing factory. Let's see, where is that? Oh, it's the clothing icon. Fabric factory is kind of large. I'm just trying to think ahead and use my space in a good way. So, what about I think under general cargo, a factory connection crossing I can use to kind of extend the maximum range of that. So maybe we can do a distillery there, and then we can kind of factory connection crossing our way over. Yeah, we'll do that. That should be good. Maybe we can put in another footpath while we're at it. I don't know if a footpath is the best idea for right there. Let's put it in anyways. It's cheap and it'll be helpful for now. Alright. You can expand the factory's internal storage by connecting a warehouse to it via the factory connection. Okay. Excellent work, comrade. With the food factory and distillery already in place, the objective is clear: produce a specific amount of food and alcohol to bolster a nation's prosperity and provide for our citizens. Your dedication to this task will undoubtedly contribute to the strength and well-being of the Soviet Republic. Let's get to work and ensure our targets are met efficiently. Okay, so produce 30 tons of food and 20 tons of alcohol. Cool. It should just get to work on its own. People prefer that path or no? Probably not, because it's going to be longer. Yeah, they don't. Alright, well, that's okay. What else? So we're just waiting for it to produce food. No resources, missing crops. I don't really want to wait until harvest time comes, because that's going to be in the fall, and it's April in the game right now. So let's buy a one-time thing of some crops. Let's buy 1,000 tons of crops and see how far that gets us. So 6 tons of alcohol per workday, 20 tons of food per workday. Yeah, it should you should be able to produce enough. Might just take a little bit. I hope these factories aren't too close to the city. They're kind of getting farther away, but I mean that's gonna be it's like 200 meters to the closest, then 600-700 meters to the farthest. Yeah, they'll be okay. They'll get over it. They're not necessarily highly polluting industries, are they? Food factory does 7.8 tons of pollution a year. Alcohol does 9.6 tons of pollution per year. Does the clothing factories do? 8.2 tons and 4.4 tons. Yeah, I guess it's not great that we're polluting so much, but I'm gonna hang off on putting down a warehouse until after I get the fabric factories built. I'm gonna wait for the mission to do that. I'm gonna kind of connect everything together so that way they can all share the same warehouse. So let's fast forward, because this might take a little bit, especially for the alcohol. We're gonna pause the recording and I'll be back in a minute. There is one concern though, and that's that the warehouse is filled up on the food. Now, what can we do about that? We can use a distribution office to automatically bring the food and alcohol to the pub and... Oh, what's this? This is new. We finished speaking first. We can use a distribution office or lines to bring food to the facilities here. But let's see what this guy has to say. Greetings, I am Borislav Fedorov, the Ministry of Transportation of the Soviet Republic. As a seasonal logistics expert, I oversee the smooth movement of resources throughout our nation. If you find yourself short on crops for the food factory distillery, you have two options. Purchase the necessary crops directly from the buildings themselves, click on the building and use icon on top of the window, or have a road vehicles depot. Purchase cover truck there, clicking on the icon bottom of the window, then open the window of the vehicle and set up route from building where crops are located as first stop, and second stop use food factory or distillery. Remember, a well-planned transportation network is the backbone of a thriving economy. Plan wisely and watch our nation flourish. Okay. Because you know, I guess I can place down the buildings, but I just won't auto-build them yet. Yeah, that's what I'll do. Okay, so... where is it? Fabric factory. I'm gonna click on build from resources. Actually, I'm not even gonna let it be an active construction. I'm just gonna that. Okay, so would that do what I want it to do? No. Because I want to have an export going on too. But things could pass through the warehouse even temporarily, I think. So maybe having a warehouse in there is not a bad idea. Let's turn off wireframe. Hoping I could get like both of them connecting. Doesn't seem like I'll have any luck with that. Okay. Maybe Do a number like that. Okay, so he's just reminding me again that I can purchase it. Okay, yeah, that's great. I don't need you to remind me, because that's not the problem. No, okay. What I need to worry about right now is not putting down those things. What I need to worry about right now is getting the food out of the export on these buildings, because that's why these counters aren't going up. So road vehicles. Let's see. Road vehicle depot. We'll put down this guy. Doesn't need to be in the city, so I won't put him in the city. Maybe I'll put him over there. Now, if I do that, can I still get a road in? Can. Just gonna do some mud roads. And that'll do. So let's build that. Alright, and now that he's built, we can purchase some vehicles. So let's do a closed haul, or a covered haul, rather. And that can transport crops, it can transfer food, alcohol. Oh my goodness, I know. So tell him to pick up, wait until loaded, food from there, and then unload food there. And wait until unloaded too. Alright, and then we'll launch that vehicle. And we'll do a similar thing with alcohol. We're wait until loaded, pick up alcohol, and then drop off alcohol there, wait until unloaded. Launch. Yeah, let's buy another one too. Covered hull. Up alcohol, and then unload alcohol. Start. And they have space for 2 vehicles, so that works out okay. And that'll just be our local distribution. He filled up on 6.5 tons of alcohol. Now he's going to fill up on another 6.5. See, that's ticking down, which is allowing more room for more to be produced. Should be finishing the mission soon. Alright, I guess let's keep working on the next mission. So a fabric factory, and go there? Maybe not there, because I need another factory connection. So we'll put that there, and then we'll put like another one. Okay, we'll put like another one there for now, just to get the concept across. Alright, what's this say? Stanislav Sergeev says, mission accomplished. Comrade, your hard work has paid off, and the specified quotas of food and alcohol has been met. The Soviet Republic citizens will be well fed and have access to essential spirits. Your dedication has furthered our nation's growth and prosperity. Keep up the excellent work for a brighter future ahead. Alright, great. So let's do the clothing industry mission. Or I could make it a shorter episode. That sounds nice. Yeah, because I don't want the episodes to be too long. I want the episodes to be accessible. So we're gonna leave it there for today, actually. And we'll come back in the next episode to work on the clothing industries. We've made a good amount of progress. I mean, it's just a food factory and an alcohol factory, but that's important. You know, if it weren't for having a food and alcohol factory, it would be a lot more difficult and expensive to keep up with things. What I'm doing right now is I'm turning down the automatic purchase of food down low, so that way we rely more on domestically produced food that we're producing ourselves, because it gets expensive buying everything. And I said this in the first episode of the series, or at least I did on the first time I tried to record it. It's a bit fuzzy now, but essentially there's money in the game, but the objective of the game isn't to make a lot of money. Money is a means to an end. You use the money to build the things that will make the things that you need. But you don't want to use money to buy the things you need. You want to use money to build the things to make the things you need. So that way you can become more self-reliant over time, and then you don't have to worry about money, because you're not buying anything. You're making it all yourself. But it will be important to have some export at a certain point to make money, because you can only do you can only do so much. You know, there's a lot of things in this game. There's a lot of industries to build, and those industries are not necessarily going to be the easiest, or no, sorry, not the easiest, but it's going to cost money to build the things. So we need to sell things to make the money to build the things that will make things that we'll use. It's something I like about this game, is it's a bit more roundabout than the standard capitalist city builder, where you just charge people taxes and then you build things with those taxes. Instead of charging people taxes, you provide them with what they need and they work for you. Anyways, that's enough for this. Let's come back in the next episode, where we'll do our clothing factories, which might be our first export. I don't know. It depends on how much excess we have. If we find that we're making a bunch extra of something, then we can sell the extra. Anywho, that's all for today. Thank you for watching. I'll see you in episode 5? Whatever the next one is. I think it's 5 coming up next. I think this is 4. Anyways, but I will see you in the next episode. Thank you for watching. Have a good day.